This AI TV news explainer looks at how the Trump administration's drive to shrink the federal government is landing hardest on one group, Black women. For generations, federal employment has been a reliable route to the middle class, especially for Black families shut out of private sector opportunity. Steady paychecks, pensions, and protection from overt discrimination made government work a powerful engine of mobility. That engine is now sputtering. Since President Trump began his second term in January 2025, a string of cost-cutting orders has pushed thousands of workers out the door. Because Black women hold 12% of federal jobs, almost twice their share of the overall labor force, every round of layoffs slices deeply into their ranks. Between February and July 2025, Black women lost an estimated 319,000 jobs in the public and private sectors, and saw more than 300,000 leave the labor force entirely. They were the only major female demographic to post a significant net loss in that span. Much of the damage traces back to a new entity created on Inauguration Day, the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. Framed as a war on waste and reportedly inspired by Elon Musk, DOGE is carrying out the goals of Project 2025, a conservative blueprint to shrink federal power. By late August, nearly 200,000 federal employees had departed. Another executive order struck at diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility programs. On January 20th, all DEAI offices, trainings, and contracts were dismantled government-wide. Black women staffed many of those roles, so when the programs vanished, so did their jobs. The purge spread further, ensnaring employees who had merely participated in DEI activities, and reviving the corrosive notion that Black professionals are DEI hires, a phrase used to question their credentials. The chill is leaking into the private sector, where some companies are now shelving their own diversity initiatives, mentorship tracks, and leadership pipelines. As one policy shift begets another, the economic fallout widens. The closure of the Minority Business Development Agency adds another blow. For decades, the MBDA helped minority entrepreneurs secure contracts and capital. Without it, a key tool for wealth building in Black communities disappears. Legislation has compounded the strain. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act, signed July 4th, caps student loans for graduate and professional degrees. That makes high-cost programs in medicine, law, and other fields harder to reach, threatening future generations' upward mobility. Housing stability is also at risk. Repealing the Affirmatively Furthering Fair Housing Rule in February removed a safeguard that required localities to combat discriminatory patterns, a move critics say will widen the Black-white home ownership gap. Dr. Mariam Rashid of the Center for American Progress calls these changes a systemic assault cloaked in bureaucratic policy, warning that generational mobility is being cut off at the knees. Losing a federal job isn't just a lost paycheck. It erases pensions, health benefits, and the means to fund college for the next generation. Nowhere is the pain clearer than in Maryland's Prince George's and Charles counties, the two wealthiest Black-majority counties in America, where thousands of residents rely on federal paychecks. Local economies built on secure government salaries are suddenly fragile. Nationally, the Black unemployment rate climbed to 7.2% in July. Gender economist Katika Roy isn't surprised. Black women are the canaries in the coal mine. The exclusion happens to them first. Taken together, agency downsizing, the demolition of DEIA and business development programs, tighter student loan limits, and looser fair housing rules. These policies amount to a multi-front economic shock. Analysts warn the repercussions won't stop with black women or even with black families. Weakening a segment that has long buttressed the federal workforce risks undermining the broader economy as well. The numbers are stark, but the stakes are human. Careers disrupted, pensions forfeited, and community wealth eroded. As the federal government recedes, the question now is who will bear the cost. For black women, that answer has already arrived.